Hello and welcome to the Harmony SMP. My name is Weird and Bearded, and today is going to be a little bit of a filler episode because I'm still working on the big build outside. I want to put my focus into that. That's going to be coming out next week. I am nearly done, but it's also a filler episode in another way because today we're going to be talking about what I fill my ender chest with, which is nothing. I don't have anything in my ender chest, and that makes Top really upset. And as much fun as it is to upset Top, I've decided to get myself organised. So we're going to talk through what's going to be going into the ender chest, why these shulker boxes aren't dyed, and generally my logic for why I've decided what I've decided. For what logic is there? There's not much, I'll be honest. So first of all, I've got my spare gear. So across the top, stuff that I might use but am not currently using, and then some randomly enchanted stuff for when I need spare gear if I die. When I die a lot. So that's going to just help me get my stuff back so I don't care too much about the enchantments. I'll probably get them enchanted as I go. But just getting the basics on there, so I don't care about Silk Touch on the Diamond Picks, for example, or Fortune. It's just going to be get some mending on there, get some unbreaking, get some efficiency. So that's all good. We also have our arrows and, as I said, the other tools that we generally need. Then, of course, we have the rocket box. This is going to be super useful. I'm going to be refilling this a lot because I tend to fly around everywhere. As you can see, I'm a bit low on rockets at the moment. I'm going to take half a stack. And then, of course, our food box. So that's kind of our essentials column. Then, most of this stuff is just general stuff that I might need when I'm out and about, when I'm on a project, if I'm missing things. So first of all, we have the tools. So we have all of our basic tools, so ender chest, crafting tables, furnaces, chests, barrels, shulker shells, so we can make more shulker boxes, stone cutters, smoker, blast furnace, anvils, enchanting tables, grindstones, cauldrons, brewing stands, smithing tables, cartography tables, lecterns, and the beacons that I currently have. Maybe we'll get more in there. So this is just when I'm getting to the build, if I need tools, or if I want tools to decorate stuff, which is what a lot of this is going to be about. I mean, I can't really use the enchanting table. I don't have any bookshelves. I haven't thought about that. Oh well. But yeah, we've got all of those. We've got 4 stacks of redstone blocks, and what slime I have, I do need a new slime farm. I have completely run out now. And that's so that I do a lot of redstone stuff. That's going to help me get all of my redstone gear going. And then finally some scaffolding. I tend to take scaffolding to projects anyway, but sometimes you need more than you think. So that's going to just help me get around my builds. That's my tool chest. Then we've got coal for smelting things. I figured I might need a lot of coal. I'll make a coal chest. Again, there wasn't much logic behind all of this. And then we have all of our woods, so 3 stacks of all the different woods that we can currently farm. Well, we currently have a farm for, and then 2 stacks of the others. Also, now there's too much wood to have 3 stacks of each. But yeah, have a nice variety of wood in there. We have a load of stone. I decided to go for stone instead of cobblestone because I could always just mine it with a fortune pick to get cobblestone. And the same reason for me putting deep slate instead of cobbled deep slate. Just get me a lot of the stone variants, and then the rest of the stone variants is in here. So I am missing things like tuff and calcite and stuff like that. This is just for the basics. Then we move on to the dyeables area. So we've got a load of glass, so we can get our stained glass from here, we can get our glass panes from here. One chest isn't going to be much considering the size of the projects that I tend to do. But again, this is all just to supplement what I take with me in case anything gets lost or whatever. Then we have clay. We can't dye clay, but we can use clay to make bricks and things, but also we can use clay to get to terracotta. And then we can dye the terracotta into various things. We can get the glazed terracotta. There's a lot we can do if we just use clay as a base resource, as opposed to terracotta, because as I said, we can go down bricks, flower pots, things like that. I tried to be somewhat sensible with this. Only 5 minutes into this episode. This is all I've got planned. This is going to be a short episode. This is our wool chest. This took me a little while because, quite frankly, I can buy one sack of wool a day. So I got some shears, went over to a local sheep farm. I spent a few days gathering all of the wool. I think this was the shulker box that actually took the longest. That's not true. That's not true at all. There's one later which took quite a bit longer. This one is our gravel chest because, you know, we can make concrete, and if I do a chest that's half gravel, half sand, you end up with one spare space, and that seems silly. So I did a gravel and then sand. And then, of course, we have our dyes. So what I wanted here was sort of the base dyes. You can't make white, you can't make red, you can't make blue, you can't make yellow, you can't make green, you can't make black, you can't make brown. But you could use those to make all of the other colours. So I thought if I just have the base stuff in here, in roughly the right amounts, that'll do. I don't know if I'm ever going to be using any of these shulker boxes. There's a reason my ender chest is empty. I don't need it. Then we have what I've called the nether end box. It's blocks from the nether and blocks from the end. Nice and simple. A lot of this stuff came from farms that we've got. I say a lot for the blackstone, the obsidian, the crying obsidian. We've got farms for the glowstone. We've got a farm for soul sand. We've got a farm for. So this was pretty quick. Then our nature box. I probably should have put more flower stuff in here, thinking about it. Maybe some honey. Honey would be useful, especially for redstone things. You can see I've not really thought this through, but I've thought it through just enough to get content out of it. And then, of course, we have the precious materials box. This is the one that took the most time. I had to do an overnight AFK session just to get 3 stacks of blocks of gold. But everything else, pretty simple. Again, all of this is just to help with building materials. We can get a load of stuff crafted from this. We now have access to most blocks in the game, quite happily. Not too many of them. We don't need to have access to too many of them. And then I have my project boxes, because I do go on big projects. So it'll be nice to just have space to take extra blocks with me if I think I'm going to need them. And that is everything. So I think let's get these into the ender chest. We're going to do this one row at a time for no particular reason. So that is one row. I'll be honest, it does feel quite nice to actually be filling up my ender chest with useful things. I didn't want it to feel good. You're right, Tom. This is quite nice. And this is going to be such a short episode. As I said, there's going to be a big episode coming next week, which is why this one's quite a bit shorter. So I suppose the only thing left to say... Let me just break down the door. Is this good enough for you, Top? Is this good enough? Are you happy now, Top? I did this all for you. And if you're happy with this, please leave the video a like, subscribe if you haven't already. My name is Weird and Bearded, and I will see you all next time.